What is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, back again here on PlayStation Source. This is, of course, Save Slot Podcast, episode 13, the weekly news show about any and all things PS5, PlayStation games, and PlayStation itself. With me, of course, my luxurious co-host, the ArachKnight. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. On Road to Rift Apart, actually, I almost introed Tajay as the luxurious co-host. I had to backtrack. Ooh. I was like, hey, yo, hold up. I can't be using the same intro for the real luxurious co-host. How dare I? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all got our like our names.
True. I don't know what mine would be though. I don't think I need one. It's fine. I don't want one. I don't want a title.
You don't want a title?
Nah. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I've just never thought about it. Wait, what does Christian say? Oh, wait, Christian has one for me. Shoot, I forgot what Christian says for me. Oh, I forgot. Next time I'm recording Gamescast, I'll really listen to it and I'll let you know.
All right, good to know.
Because I honestly forgot. But of course, some housekeeping here. Catch the show on YouTube.com/PlayStation Source, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, etc. via our anchor link down below in that description. You can of course like the video. And/or rate the podcast to help us get seen by more viewers, so we can grow the PSS family. Down below, of course, as well, you can let us know what you like or dislike about the show, and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord in that description. We had a Nerd a Day Carlos joining our Discord today. Shout out to that. You know, you can be one of the anointed one as well. You know, pretty general discussion in the Discord, but when Resident Evil Village, gets brought up, gets a little wild. We wild. I guess, yeah, like, it temporarily turns into like, a bit of a horny Discord. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Respectfully being horny.
Moderately.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's still contained.
Absolutely.
Contained.
Yes. Truly. If you're feeling generous, feel free to hit the join button to become a member of the channel with the $1 Prince here, just like the homies, Tapiwa Musa and ArachKnight himself, as well as our $5 King tier members like Caleb Kaiser, SideQuest Sean, Stadia Vet Gaming, and the homie Owen. Much love to all of you gentlemen on the Prince and King tier as well. You can, of course, check out the stream series throughout the week if you missed them. This week, I was a little bit busy because of a particular car incident that happened to me. All is good. All is well. Shout out to my car insurance. But I could not, unfortunately, do Resistance 2 this week. It's been bumming me out. I'm hoping next week I can get on it. But I got some more car things to do next week. So we'll see. But Metal Gear Solid 4 was played this week. And I have some thoughts and opinions on that. But before we get to that, podcast reviews, let's talk a little bit about these. Apple Podcasts, nothing. Guys, why? You know what? Should we give them a question to reply in the podcast reviews?
I mean, we offer them like time to talk. I don't think they've got any more reason, like any more incentive. Like, they even have the bully me card.
Yeah.
If that's not going to get someone to talk, then let them say their piece when they're ready.
What's something that people want to talk about, though? That that would make them, go over to a review section, if you will, and leave something. Okay, how about this, guys? In any of the podcast feeds, okay, on the reviews, preferably Apple Podcasts and or Spotify, I want you to let me know who would win in a 1v1, Aloy or Lara Croft. Okay.
Are we talking reboot Lara Croft, or are we talking classic Lara Croft? Because
Right. I assume reboot would be more fair, right? Because that's a similar time frame as Horizon Zero Dawn. Same era.
Should we give our answers?
Oh.
And I just debate and discuss.
I don't know if I can answer because I just haven't played the reboots for Tomb Raider, so
that's fair.
I'd be kind of a bias. Yeah, I'd be kind of biased, but of course, baby girl Aloy, shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? Do you have an answer?
Aloy fights robot dinosaurs, gamer. Like,
true.
Lara Croft has fought some weird stuff, but not a robot dinosaur. Like she's fought, like, what Lara's fought is tough, but robot dinosaur.
Robot dinosaur. And sir, they're called machines, if you will.
Yeah, but
Don't.
like, machines is vague. just to really get it in perspective, because there are people like that may have never even seen Horizon. So to really, like, machine can be vague. There's humanoid machines. There's like,
You're right.
there are machines that look like animals, but to put it in context, like a robot dinosaur. So
Actually, sorry.
no, you
sorry,
go.
No, like I was gonna bring up, we're talking about Horizon. I think here in a few days it's gonna be free via the Play at Home, so that's cool. I'm hoping to God Almighty, Shuhei Yoshida himself, that they put out a fucking PS5 patch for this game. Please, you did it for Ratchet. Now just do the same thing, but for Horizon, please. That's all.
Should I got it on PC?
I swear to God. But amongst all of that, of course, speaking of ArachKnight's PC, ArachKnight, what have you been playing this week?
Been playing a lot of Persona 5. You might have noticed me online on PlayStation.
I did.
So a lot of Persona 5. Nothing new there. A few friends and I have been casually playing the Game of Life 2 on Steam.
The Game of Life 2?
Yes, it's literally just the board game, but digitally. And
Life, the board game.
yes, the board game.
I have never heard the full. Is that what it's really called?
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never played it myself, but I did not know that was the full title.
Yeah, it is out of like 5-6 hours of total playtime. Your boy almost has a 100% win rate.
Let's go.
Even though it's mostly luck.
King shit. Nah, man. It's all skill.
It's all skill.
True.
What else? Like, other than Persona, I really haven't been playing a lot.
I honestly, me neither, bro. I'm in the same boat. I've been just super busy this week. Of course, car accident. Well, not. It wasn't a car accident. It was a car incident, if you will. Long story short, a piece of it was probably around like 30% to 50% of like a piece of tire, like milli rocked my vehicle on the highway. So just dealing with that, but your boy is fine. Everything's all good. I'm safe and sound. Not a bump or scratch on me. The same cannot be said for my car though. All right, he's not dead, but thoughts and prayers to the homie. So because of that whole thing, I have been playing not as much as I want to this week, but I did manage to beat Outriders. Gotta say, the final boss sucks. The story doesn't make any sense, and I was trying to pay attention to it, but I don't know. Like, I was talking about this on Gamescast, Arachknight, but it was literally like there was a certain point where this character like joins my entourage, and I have no idea where he came from. I have no idea why he's here. I don't know when they folded him into the story, and I'm paying attention, Arachknight. Like I am trying to pay as much attention as I possibly can, and I do not know where this character came from. That's just how like weird the story is. And then like I hate how they deliver the story sometimes, because like in the second half of the game, it's your character just like giving these huge exposition dumps during gameplay, and it's like wait, hold on, like
what is happening?
It's like, wait, you can't give me this pertinent information while I'm in combat. Like what? Yeah, but yeah, but like other than that, gameplay still fire. I do, I like right now as I sit here, I would be down to play a hypothetical like DLC expansion down the road if they were to bring it out, you know. And the game's gotten a ton of success. A lot of people have been buying it. A lot of people have been playing it. So maybe it will get that DLC. But as of right now, I enjoyed the core game to a degree where I would be willing to go and get DLC for it if it came out in the future. But I cut you off, ArachKnight. Did you have something to say?
I do have a I do have a perspective on Outriders.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Okay.
Keep it nice and clean and simple. I pre-ordered Outriders in March. Then I played the demo. Well, I played the demo first and then I pre-ordered, of course. I'm not an animal. So I thought it was solid. I thought it was okay. It's like, I was like, yeah, this is worth buying. Then I watched some extra gameplay and I went back to the demo. I refunded that shit real quick.
Jeez.
Like,
yeah, I mean, you know what? You tend to talk shit about games I like, but honestly, this one you're warranted. I don't even blame you.
That and that gameplay was not enough to sell me on $60. Along with the fact that it's like kind of great value Division with powers.
Yeah, like I think as I played it, I would compare it more so to like a Borderlands low-key.
Yeah,
but
Borderlands
like,
makes sense.
You know what? I mean, there is Division in there, absolutely. But like Borderlands in terms of like the weapon loots and like how unique and like out there some of the weapon mods can be in the game that I think are really well thought out and baked into your abilities as well, and how you actually heal in the game depending on the class you have. So I think they did a really good job at that, which reminds me of like Borderlands in terms of just how weird their weapons can be, you know.
Yeah, I did play Borderlands 2 recently, and as like I didn't like it, but I feel like I liked it more than I would have liked Outriders.
Right, I hear you. But on to some other games I played that definitely were tickling my fancy a little bit more. Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Fucking Patriots. ArachKnight, have you played this game?
I have. It goes hard. I also saw that clip that Owen, clipped.
Oh my god.
And that was funny as shit. I was waiting for that.
That Claymore scared the fuck out of me. Like that was a genuine shock.
Oh, I know. That wasn't like, oh, the streamers hamming it up for a reaction. Like, that was fear.
Nope. 100%. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was a survival instinct.
When I was playing Resident Evil, like, maybe there was again, I'm being honest with you guys. Maybe like 2% of a ham up in some instances, you know. But overall totality, I like to talk it out when I'm kind of scared about something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like to talk it out. So, you know, I'll talk a little bit more. I'll talk to myself sometimes out loud, you know. So
like just talking yourself through a situation.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, that was a genuine scare. But dude, Metal Gear Solid 4 is exactly what I wanted after Metal Gear Solid 2. And like, yeah, I understand that Big Boss is important. Going through MGS3, sure, okay, yeah, I get it. But this is the real shit. This is what I'm talking about. Going back to those core characters, like hearing Otacon again, dude, like, oh my fucking god. Talking to Solid Snake, Solid Snake's aging, we have no idea why yet. We're chasing Liquid Ocelot now. Like, dude, I am so happy with this game, bro. I am loving MGS4 so far. Like, it is already, for me, better than MGS3. 100%. 100%.
Damn.
Already better off the first episode. I think the gameplay is a very interesting twist that I don't hate, although I can see people not liking it. I get it. But I think it works because, at least in the first act that I played, we're in the middle of a war, right? So, like, having this, like, third-person shooter type of feel is, I think, warranted when Snake's in a war, you know? Mm-hmm. And, like, I assume maybe sometime in the game I'll be doing a little bit of stealth, like more of like a classic Metal Gear Solid feel, like I'm sure. But I am loving this game, dude. I think it's phenomenal. The fucking iPod in the menu is lit. Just gathering a bunch of different music tracks, meeting the rats, Meryl, like, dude, Colonel, bro. I am so excited to go into MGS4, man. So excited. Cannot wait. And I forgot, was it you that told me that it was your favorite Metal Gear or no?
It wasn't me, but it's up there.
Okay, it's up there? Alright. Well, you can catch those up on the channel. Some of the acts are very long in Metal Gear Solid 4, so we might be splitting it up over the course of 2 days. So like it might be like a Tuesday, Wednesday stream as opposed to just a Wednesday stream. So definitely keep out on the Twitter for that, for announcements on when I'll be shooting Metal Gear Solid 4. So that's been going great. And lastly here, ArachKnight. You know, I was thinking about, okay, I could start Final Fantasy 15 DLC. I've been meaning to do that. I could start Avengers DLC as well. Less meaning to do that, but I'm down to do that.
Resident Sleeper. That's a sleep. Honestly, no. Like
with the PS5 version, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give the DLC a shot.
I'm happy for
It's free. It's free, so I mean, you know, it is what it is. But you know what's crazy? Christian and Jack themselves, hosts of Excelsior, a Marvel podcast, right? A Marvel Avengers game and just Marvel as a property podcast. I was telling them, yeah, like I'm thinking about doing, you know, FF15 DLC or like the Avengers DLC. I figured they would vouch for the Avengers DLC. I really did. They were like, nah, just play Final Fantasy 15, man. I'm like, damn, okay, all right. But then I you know, recalled, you know, Final Fantasy 7, you know, ArachKnight. Obviously, we don't have to go, you know, way into it, but we both are obsessed with that game.
Yeah, we adore it.
We really do. And I was like, oh man, I do have a PS2 out there in my living room, and I do have George of Cerberus Final Fantasy 7, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just start that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I think last night I just got into stage 4, and there's 10 stages in the game, so I'm like almost halfway through, low key. But well, kind of. I think I've beaten 3 stages out of the 10. So we're definitely in the thick of it. Of course, this game is stranded on the PS2, has not been brought to any other console. It is coming to Final Fantasy Ever Crisis though, as a mobile game sometime next year, so that's cool. But this game gets a bad rap for its gameplay, and like I see that, but I could be very biased here, ArachKnight. The game has a setting in its options, which I was pretty shocked to see, where it's called like automatic aim. Well, obviously it's auto aim. Where like if an enemy is close enough to you, it will just target. And like that sounds like a noob ass thing to do, right? But I think this game warrants that, because this game as a shooter is not the best feeling whatsoever when you're trying to aim manually, right? Like it does not work that well as a shooter, even though the game is a shooter, and I know that should mean that it's a bad game, right? But with the auto aim, it's been giving me like a decent amount of challenge, right? Like I'm not saying like it's like a cakewalk, but long story short, you know, given that auto aim, like it's been helping me really enjoy the game more in spite of it being an old, outdated game overall. But from a story perspective, I am loving this. It takes place, I think, 3 years after the events of Final Fantasy VII. So we're dealing with like more Advent Children stuff, where we even get to go to Edge, the city that was built to the east of Midgar after Meteor and all that. And you know, I'm meeting what's it called? Deep Underground? No, Deep Ground, I think is what they're called. This project that Shinra was working on, but it was the old President Shinra that we kill in FF7 remake, not Rufus. And like only like he knew about it, and it was this like initiative to make the perfect soldier, that were essentially like robot like people that had no like humanity in them, you know, to just build like a perfect army. And we're dealing with that. We're playing as Vincent Valentine, of course. Yuffie's in the mix as well. I saw my boy Kate Sith there for a little bit. Reeve as well. I know they're kind of the same person, but you know what I'm saying there. Overall, so far I'm very much enjoying it. Like, and it's like the little things that, like, you know, like it's soundtrack. It's a different style to FF7, but it still feels like FF7 in its overall totality. Like, I'm really enjoying Dirge of Cerberus. You know, I totally understand it's not a perfect game, doesn't particularly hold up, but you know, whether it be biased or not, I'm enjoying Dirge of Cerberus as of right now. So pretty cool.
Love to hear.
Pretty cool. Yep. I wish they would port it, dude. Like, I wish they'd bring it to other platforms, man. It's crazy. Also, it's weird playing a PS2 in 2021. Like, yeah, like, you know, when you have a game in the PS2 and you turn it on, it there's no home menu, you know, it kind of just boots the game, and like, you actually like feel the game loading off of the disc information. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of like installing it and like using the disc as kind of like a key to access that data, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, it's like, damn, like, fuck, like this is how shit used to be. And you know what, it's pretty refreshing. I'm not gonna lie, it's very, very, very refreshing. Like, I don't gotta wait for the PS2 to get a fucking update, you know. It just works. Boom, you play your game and that's it, you know. So shout out to the PS2 and shout out to Dirge of Cerberus. But in case you missed it here on the channel, we did go over a new PS5 update, which we will go over a little bit here on today's show, as well as Days Gone 2 on PS5. I had some opinions on that, some more thought out opinions that we it was definitely like a part 2 of our conversation from last week, so definitely check out that. Also, you can check out Road to Rift Apart episode 2. We cover who is Ratchet and the history of the Lombaxes and more. And of course, like I said before, Metal Gear Solid 4 episode 1 stream series is up on the channel for you to watch in a playlist if you missed it. But we got an interesting ArachKnight PS5 watch this week. I want to throw these two stories in your way to kind of just set the tone here. The PS5 is still selling like crazy, but it did pass a whole other thing. So we said before, a few weeks back, that the PS5 was the fastest selling console using only like dollars, right? And sales, and not necessarily units. However, due to February 2021's NPD report, by the way, this is brought to us by Push Square, link below in the description. Due to February 2021's NPD report, the next-gen format has achieved defeats in both dollars and unit sales now. So it is now officially the fastest selling console when you look at units and dollars sales. Any thoughts on this?
It's been a crazy few months for the PS5.
Indeed. You know what I instantly thought of, ArachKnight?
What?
Like, there's a really big disconnect between like how our Twitter circles perceive the PS5 right now. Like, hey, there's been some pretty negative stuff about Sony and PlayStation and the PS5 as a whole, right? But when you look at this, it's like, damn, like, there's really a 2-page world here in this whole dynamic where there is this negativity. What did I just say? I'm sorry. There is this negativity and there are these bad news stories, right? But the console is still finding a way to sell insane in spite of the pandemic, in spite of there not being a lot of supply. Like, it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see this, you know, where you would assume the opposite would happen.
Right.
But, yeah.
No, the people are motivated. Like, I know I was to get my hands on it.
As was I. Yeah.
Like, people are definitely motivated to get their hands on it, despite all the trials and tribulations that might come with those attempts. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's a testament to the console.
And I guess it, like, on like a last point, like, I guess it reminds me of, like, I think it was last week where, no, I forgot if it was like the MLB episode or which one, but I was telling my coworker, oh yeah, like, it's weird that MLB The Show is on Game Pass. And he's like, yeah, okay, all right, I guess. And like, he he understood that it was a PlayStation developed game, but he just doesn't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and it's just like a lot of these things that we talk about do not affect the platform on a huge scale as of right now. You know, we'll see how the rest of the generation, you know, shapes up, but like, it is just a nice kind of reality check in a way, you know, of like, shit is not dire.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's all a matter of perspective.
Absolutely. But of course, you know, we did host a few months ago Road to Miles Morales, which will lead us into our second PS5 Watch story. That is that due to these NPD numbers, Spider-Man Miles Morales is selling like crazy. So this is, of course, push square link below in the description by Sammy Barker. I'm gonna read just like a little bit here, but it says superhero spinoff Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales has already outsold PlayStation 4 Juggernaut The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima in the United States, despite launching in mid-November. Naughty Dog's rival horror sequel released in June, while Sucker Punch's historical open world deployed in July. Although it is worth noting that Insomniac's games, what? It is also worth noting that Miles Morales released on two platforms, PS5 and PS4. So there is that, but I think that's, you know, it is what it is. I mean, like, the fact that this game was able to outsell The Last of Us Part 2, which is definitely one of, if not the biggest anticipated game that we've had in a very, very long time. And then Ghosts, this brand new IP that you know, did that, like, had buzz pre-launch, but it was nothing to the extent of like Part 2. Right. And yeah, like, it was able to outsell both of those. Like, that's awesome, you know? Very cool.
Very, very cool. You'll love to hear it.
And it's a fucking good game.
It is a good game. I love that game.
And I think there were numbers, I forgot when we talked about that, but like, I think there were numbers that it's selling more on PS5 than PS4, you know?
Right.
Which is telling you that, you know, people want the best experience out of that game and will pay for it, you know? Even though they can get it on a box that they already own, which is pretty cool. So, congratulations.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's absolutely worth the headache of getting a PS5. Playing this game on a PS4 compared to playing it on a PS5 is night and day.
Yeah, and you have direct, first hand experience with that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, hey, congrats to Insomniac, of course. They're about to hit another banger with Rift Apart. We all hype for that. But, yeah, shout out to them. Next up here, just going to go over quickly a new PlayStation application update that is coming to the PlayStation app before we talk about the PS5 firmware update. But this is coming in the next few weeks, and it will add the ability to manage your console storage from the phone without even booting up the PS5, so that's pretty cool. It does say that you will be able to delete PS5 and PS4 titles on the fly and potentially move them between storage locations as well. You will also be able to join a multiplayer session from PS5 on the app. You can compare trophy lists with your friends and sort and filter products on PS Store via the app as well. And they also, you know, go on to say that, like, they have added features in the last few weeks that are not this update, including things like wish lists, notifications when your friends come online, and the ability to change your online status. So just some light things just to let you guys know about the app. Do you use the PlayStation app? Because I actually like it a lot.
I do.
Yeah, I like it. It's neat. Very, very clean. A lot better than what it used to be, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So, yeah, just for those that are aware, nothing too much to say here. Just, you know, and definitely expect a video breakdown of the update when it comes live for iOS. So definitely we'll check that out. And then, of course, the main update here we got to talk about is the PlayStation 5 update that came out this week. Just going to read off a few quick bullet points that it adds. There's a lot more to it, but I don't want to talk too much about it. You can store PS5 games on compatible external USB drives. Cross-generation share play is enabled. Request to join game session is brought to the console. Improved game base, thank fucking Christ. Disable game chat or adjust player's volume. Game update pre-download as well. customized and search game library, screen zoom, and new trophy settings and stats screens. So you have a PS5 now, ArachKnight. I'm sure you downloaded this update. Was there anything that you took note of that you really enjoyed out of this update? You know, as a new PS5 owner.
The ability for external drives is always, pleasant.
Yes, indeed.
Other than that, no, it was a pretty solid update. Nothing exceptional, but nothing it's like, oh, why bother?
For me, it was small, but it's really that game base, bro. Like, being able to just go over to the game base, hit R1 to see my friends list. Thank God. Like that goes a long way. And like, trust me, the PS5 has a lot more to fix in the UI. The trophy section is completely fucked. A lot of people hate it, so. But yeah, I mean, hey, some pretty cool updates. I like also the ability to share play with the PS4, so you can hand someone virtually a controller to play a PS5 game on their PlayStation 4. That's pretty cool, So, yeah, cool update there. And they do note that, hey, we know that you want to expand your internal storage. That's coming, that's coming soon, they say. But the leaks a few weeks ago were saying it would be summer. So I'm gonna wait on that. Like, I want to I have a 4 terabyte external drive I use for my Mac, but I'm gonna wait until I can just get some M.2 drives, put them in my PS5 and call it a day. Are you gonna be expanding your storage?
More than likely, considering the base storage.
Yeah, like, I kind of just want to throw like a terabyte in there and just call it a day.
A terabyte is more than enough, I feel, for a PS5.
Yeah, like, I went overkill on my PS4. I put like a 2 terabyte hard drive in there, and that was so unnecessary, low-key. I never filled that. I mean, I guess that's like the thing I want to do, but,
Like, never worry about it.
Yeah. Fuck it. Maybe I'll get a 2. It depends on the price. I gotta see, but I might mess around and do a 2 terabyte because I don't know if you know, when you put in a new drive in the PS5, it's gonna be additive. So you'll get whatever you put in plus the 600 that's already on the PS5. You know what I'm saying?
You love to see it.
So unlike the PS4 where you would just swap out the whole thing, but you have a disc PS5 as well. I wanted to ask you this because this was brought up in a few different things I've been seeing. But apparently, before this firmware update, the PS5 with the disc drive would spin every hour randomly. I think it's like to check certifications and like check that, it's a legit copy of a game or something like that. But with this new update, it seems that it has gone down a lot more or has been a lot quieter in that state. So do you have anything to report firsthand as someone that has a disc PS5 of this ever happening to you or like noticing it?
Honestly, no. Like, I know I got a disc PS5, but again, going to keep it 100 with you, I have not used it once. Every game I own is digital. It's just the only console I could get my hands on.
Right. Yeah.
If I could have, I would have gotten a digital only.
Yeah, I think the digital one looks better.
Yeah,
sure.
it does. Yeah. It loses a little bit of its chunk.
Definitely, it looks sleeker.
Yeah,
and I wish they just put the disc drive in the middle of the console.
Yeah, and where the black section is instead of adding the little chunky part.
Yeah, like it would be a bit thicker, but fuck it.
Keep
like at least
universal.
it'll look better. It'll look like the no disc version. Oh well. But okay, deal. So you haven't noticed it that much. I'm still having that cracking in my PS5 whenever I like turn off the console or like start a game or something like that. It's weird. I'm like half concerned about it, but it is what it is. I'm sure it's fine. Maybe. Probably not. Next up here, Sony continues to invest in Unreal Engine and Epic Games themselves. Reading here from Push Square, link below in the description. They say here, quote, Epic Games has raised Epic Games has raised a further $1 billion in funding, with Sony signing the check on another $200 million investment. You may recall the manufacturer pumping in these Fries ads just popped up. What the fuck is wrong with you? Wow. Shout out to Fries though. You may recall the manufacturer pumping $250 million into the Fortnite maker less than a year ago, but now it's followed up with another 9-figure sum. Quote, the investment builds on the already close relationship with the two companies and reinforces their shared mission to advance the state-of-the-art in technology, entertainment, and social connected online services, a press release says about this whole thing. So, of course, this follows a trend of like, you know, they debuted Unreal Engine 5 on a PlayStation 5, and now we'll talk about here in a little bit here in the show. Of course, they brought Kratos to Fortnite, Aloy as well is coming into Fortnite, so yeah, like, I think I'm more excited for this in terms of the technology side of this aspect, like what does this partnership mean for Unreal Engine 5 and stuff like that for Sony as a whole, but not sure if you have any like riveting thoughts on this on this story particularly, but
I have a quick thought.
Absolutely. I'm
not a huge fan of Epic Games. I don't like what they do and I don't like what they make. But I will give respect where respect is due. Unreal Engine 5 is absolutely mind-blowing. On that alone, I don't blame Sony at all for trying to become like, oh, we're the Unreal Engine 5 company. Like, our games are just on that level. Because that showcase was phenomenal.
Damn. You know what I was just thinking about too? As you were saying that? Days Gone used Unreal Engine. Right?
Right.
And one of the reasons that I thought of, I think last week on the show, or maybe like offline to someone else, was that like maybe the reason why they aren't greenlighting Days Gone 2 is because they use Unreal Engine 4 to make that game, thus you have to pay licensing fees and all that. But now I'm like, wait, they have a close partnership anyway, so you're telling me they couldn't do some sort of like, hey, you know, lesser fee because we're investing in you to make a Days Gone 2 on, like, man, fuck that.
They just don't want it.
I know, they just don't want it.
Like, we can try and find as many possibilities or theories or conspiracy theories on why it's not happening at the current moment, but I think it's Occam's razor. Like, the simplest answer is usually the correct one, where Sony just doesn't think it's commercially viable. Like, it's got a cult following, but do you make an entire sequel based on a following? Or do you yeah.
It just hurts because, you know, it was like financially, you know, profitable and this and that third, but and I don't know if you saw, but last night I retweeted Sam Witwer on Twitter. Was saying, hey, like, I appreciate the you know, support and love for Days Gone and everything. Obviously, he played Deacon St. John in the game as well. Also, he's Darth Maul in Star Wars, so that's cool. But yeah, it is what it is, man. The dream is gone. The dream is gone. But another dream that could potentially see the future, but probably not. Naughty Dog had some interesting things to say about their development process and, like, you know what? I'm gonna just read the quote. They say here, quote, this is from Evan Wells speaking, who is let's see. Oh, he's the co-president of Naughty Dog. He says here, quote, we do in fact wait, what the fuck? Oh, okay, so they were talking about whether fans' requests for a new Jack and Tire title are received or not. Like, do they hear those requests? He says, quote, we do, in fact. We've had a couple of Twitter campaigns where people have been tweeting us every single day saying, quote, I want a new Jack and Daxter, I want a new Jack and Daxter, and they aren't just simple 280 character tweets. They have Photoshop memes and everything there, including on a daily basis, and the effort has got to be significant. However, unfortunately for these committed fans, Wells categorically rules out a new game from Naughty Dog. He says, quote, and I have to break it to them, but we do not have a Jack and Daxter here in development right now. He goes on to say, but we still love the characters, and I see what you guys at Insomniac are doing with Ratchet, and that makes me wish that we did, and we would have one in development, because there's still a lot of love for Jak and Daxter in the studio. So this is coming off of the helm of, you know, like him being very, very honest in this post, in this interview, I think to VGC that he was talking to, about how, you know, like Naughty Dog tried and is always trying to do a 2-team studio and develop 2 games at the same time, but inevitably that system never works for them. At a certain point, one of the projects raises to such a degree where they need everyone at the studio to work on this one project. So they never really nail the 2-team development style over at Naughty Dog. But all that being said, would you want to see Jak and Daxter return?
I don't have a history with Jak and Daxter.
Well, there you go. Easy enough. I only played Daxter on the PSP, and I do want to play through the franchise, and it will be a stream series, no doubt, at some point in the future. But I do think it's interesting how he does include the seeing Ratchet have new games makes him want to do Jak and Daxter. And I wonder if it would ever actually happen after this quote. I wonder if this was like a litmus test just to see how much people would react to this news. You know, interesting stuff. I think it would be cool, personally. You know, I think it would be cool. Maybe not something that's like a 30-hour fucking game, but like a 15-hour Jak and Daxter adventure. Why not?
Just like a Lost Legacy kind of deal.
Yeah, even that. Yeah, actually, that's a very good way to put it. Or like a Ratchet & Clank 2016, where that game takes like 7-8 hours to beat, and it's just just a small Ratchet game. I think it could be cool one day. I would like to see it. I would like to see it. Next up here, of course, ArachKnight's favorite game developer, Ubisoft, does announce their dates for E3 2021. I just read this. I'm like, oh, ArachKnight has to know about this. He has to make sure he is tuned in, knows all the information going in to Ubisoft's E3 conference. Isn't that right, ArachKnight? I know you're a big fan.
Hey, man,
you know what I'm saying?
Easy jokes are easy jokes.
I know you love Assassin's Creed. You know what I'm saying? I know. So I just figured I'd throw you a bone this time. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
Ubisoft.
I'll throw hands. You think that'll stop me? I insulted the Kingdom Hearts fans last week. You think I'm afraid of anything at this point?
Can we pause the whole show for a second? ArachKnight, listen, bro. Obviously, I love Christian, right? Duh. You do too. You know, it was all in good fun, but when you ended that argument on Twitter with, hey, you gotta get characters from your other successful IPs to make Kingdom Hearts good, when Christian added Sephiroth in the whole thing.
Right.
I was blown away.
Really?
I was like, that is the most incredible shutdown I've ever... He didn't reply.
He did not reply.
It was over. I was quite impressed, personally.
I mean, when you talk about Kingdom Hearts, you always talk about everybody. You talk about Sora, maybe, but I'll be damned if I hear anybody talking about anybody that's not from another game or franchise.
Because what, there's Roxas, I think. He's the inside out version of Sora, I think.
It's a lot of dumb shit, yeah. Yeah.
But I was just very blown away by your comeback, you know. I was like, holy fuck. Goddamn.
I love
savage shit. Shout out to Christian.
When he did reply is did I say something mean or
I just thought there was nothing else to say. I'm like, I think you had a very clear point that I don't know how the average Kingdom Hearts fan would even maneuver around that comment. You know?
Yeah.
And it's he walked into it. He brought up other characters
Sometimes
from other IP.
You really do it to yourself.
Oh man. But to get back on track really quick, of course, Ubisoft has announced their new Ubisoft Forward event that will be a part of E3 2021. It will be taking place June 12th, 2021 at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. BST, whatever the fuck that is. I think it's British time, is it?
I don't know.
Who cares? You know.
Yeah, we won the war.
Jesus Christ. And of course, the French publisher says, quote, "Stay tuned for all the latest information about the lineup and announcements from our teams around the world." Of course, we have Far Cry 6 in the pipeline. Riders Republic got delayed out of February, so did Far Cry 6 as well. We got the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. We still got to hear about whatever they're gonna rename Rainbow Six Quarantine. We got to see that name update. Skull and Bones. What's that other game? Beyond Good and Evil 2. So, are they gonna show Splinter Cell? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. But I'll be watching. I'm excited. When I doubt we're getting a new Assassin's Creed this year, but seeing that DLC would be cool. You know what I'm saying? So, there we go. That's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty cool for that. Next up here, of course, I imagine you're picking this up, maybe, but I could see you not picking it up either. Probably not, honestly. But they did roll out, and by they I mean PlayStation did release a Days Gone PC trailer that shows off some of the new bells and whistles to the game. And I think there is... Oh, here we go. Okay. Some of the headlines for the Days Gone PC version include ultra-wide monitor support, improved details, and an unlocked frame rate as well. So, pretty par for the course PC updates. You got anything riveting to say about this Days Gone PC port?
I'm happy for the people that like Days Gone. I'm glad you're getting to play it on PC. But if you have a PS5, honestly, why bother?
Yeah. I mean, the unlocked frame rate is probably something that would entice a lot of people for sure on the PC crowd. But I mean, 4K 60, and it's a very good 4K 60 as far as I hear. I booted up like when I first got my PS5, but like I haven't played it that much. But I know it looks great. Will you be picking up Days Gone on PC?
No.
I hear you.
No. It's on the PlayStation Collection if I really wanted to play it.
Right.
There's not a whole lot of reason for me to do that.
That is a good point. Yeah, it's on the collection. You have a PS5, so why? Yeah. Good point. I think there's other stuff too where I think you can have 500 freakers at one time in a horde, and I think that's different on console. I think I heard that, but that could be wrong. That could probably be wrong. But you know what? Let's just move on. Days Gone PC, check it out if you're interested in that. Next up here, I will be doing a video about this. All right, now I'm sorry. I gotta cover my girl Aloy in Fortnite. She's there. There's a bundle where you can get all the shits for like 2,600 V-Bucks. You get the outfit, you get the you get the machine glider. I'm down for this. I'm not saying I play Fortnite every day. I really fucking don't. But hey, I'll pop in and buy the skin for some PlayStation content. Why not? You got any thoughts on our girl Aloy coming to Fortnite?
I don't play Fortnite. I never really have. I doubt I ever really will. I downloaded Fortnite. I spent $20 real to buy the Daredevil skin just to let them know that we out here, and then uninstalled it. I literally spent $20 real for a product I will never use just to show support. So I'm right there with you. I don't judge you.
I'm honestly in a very similar boat as you. We're like, yeah, I'm down to buy a skin if it looks dope as fuck. Definitely for sure. Just toss some few bucks here and there. All good right there. Next up here, The Last of Us TV show has casted Tommy. Okay. It is Gabriel Luna. He is prominently seen on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's where I first know this actor from. He's very good on that show. And, you know, I may have a bit of a controversial take, but I'm not sure if I like this casting.
I don't like it very much.
Yeah, I'm not, I mean, obviously you know, if they were going to cast Pedro Pascal as Joel, you gotta have a Hispanic brother, right? Like, you can't just have, like, a white dude be his brother. Like, no, like, that's not gonna work, right? So I understood that, okay, Tommy's gonna be Hispanic, right? But I don't know if I like this casting, ArachKnight. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like the actor Gabriel Luna. I like him. Nothing wrong with him. Obviously, I'm Hispanic. You're Hispanic. It's not any of that bullshit. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. You got any other deeper thoughts? But I think I would end off like I'm gonna have to see some set pictures and see some stills as we move on to the months as this show gets developed. But you got any thoughts?
Nothing that immediately comes to mind, but when I first heard about the casting, I wasn't super happy about it either.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm like anti it. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm not sure. I'm really not. I'm really not. You know. Yeah, that one we're gonna have to sit down and see how that all pans out. But yep, of course we will be updating you all on the future comings of The Last of Us HBO show as they come out. But next up here, this one, it's pretty dire right here. This one I'm kind of scared, my boy. Alright, so of course the past few weeks we've been hearing some things about Kojima possibly working with Xbox. Came out a few weeks ago. But then we have this Twitter account named Tom Olsen, was created this month, April 2021. Okay? And according to his bio, he is a maintenance technician at the Big Shell, which is of course the main setting of MGS2. Right? And he said so first he said this tweet. He says, greasing the wheels in Strut E, the material distribution facility, we just call it the parcel room. Oh my god, I remember that room. Holy fuck, that's crazy. It's strange that there are more boxes being shipped around than usual. Management must be preparing for something big soon. So that's the first, like, okay, hold up, what's going on here? And then Tom Olsen also tweeted, hey, came down to the computer lab to say hi, but there's no one here. They must be at a scrum meeting or something, maybe next time, which this is the lab room where Emma, spoilers, Emma Emmerich dies here, and like the Paris here, whatever, and all that stuff in MGS2. And then the official Metal Gear account said this: Tom, we talked about this. Please check your codec each morning for meeting updates and evacuations in case of PMC incursions. And we have visitors coming next week, so finish cleaning the vents and make sure the flags are all hung properly, but do not touch the C4 this time. Something's happening in fucking Metal Gear, bro. Something's happening.
Something's happening.
And I'm fucking scared.
Yeah, I can imagine the reaction. It's like, new Metal Gear game. We get a trailer. Xbox Game Pass. I can imagine your reaction. Pain.
It's like, look. I know it's a very fanboy thing to say, oh, I want to keep it on PlayStation, right? And I'm trying my hardest not to sound like a fanboy, because like I honestly don't think I am. I feel like I critique PlayStation as much as possible, you know, when they fuck up, because I care a lot about the platform. But I can't help but want future games that I want to play that have been on PlayStation hardware in the past to still come to PlayStation. I'm sorry if that makes me a fanboy. It is what it is. But yeah, like, you couple this with the murmurs of Kojima working on the Xbox thing, and I know that these things are not related are not related necessarily because Kojima doesn't own Metal Gear, Konami does. So maybe it's just a simple, hey, ArachKnight, maybe it's just a simple next gen Metal Gear collection being brought. You know, maybe it's that Metal Gear Solid HD bundle of games, which was what, MGS2, MGS3, and Peace Walker. Maybe it's just that, you know, considering that they are talking a lot about Metal Gear Solid 2, right? Maybe it's that, but it could be something else, and that frightens me a little bit, you know. But we will follow it as well closely. And it's cool now also to like look at these Metal Gear tweets and like know what they're talking about now. That's
right, cool. You're in the loop.
Cool. I'm definitely in the loop. I'm not fully in the loop yet. We still gotta get through MGS4, Peace Walker, Rising Revengeance, and then Metal Gear Solid 5, and then Ground Zeroes before that. But I'm hype. I'm hype for this. Kind of. It could be bad, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Did you hear all this hullabaloo about Square Enix being bought, presumably?
I did.
This one scared me too. This one scared me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I swear to God, if I hear fucking Microsoft and Game Pass one more time, ArachKnight, I'm gonna throw my controller. I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw it out the window.
Sony's gonna make some moves like soon.
Listen, all they need to do is buy fucking Blue Point, and I'll be happy about it. You know, buy Housemarque, buy Blue Point. You know, just bring him in. Bring him in. Bring him home. Huh?
Like, buy something. Make some moves.
I mean, like, I don't even know if they need to like buy anything, but just buy the right things. You know, don't just buy a big name just to have it.
Right.
You know, yeah. But of course, here this is coming from. There were reports that I think it was a Bloomberg Japan article that Square Enix was like looking to put itself on the market, in relation like to be bought out. But then they came out very, very suddenly and very, very swiftly after this whole news came out from this Bloomberg, and they said, quote, Bloomberg has reported today that there is interest from several buyers to acquire Square Enix. However, this report is not based on any announcement by Square Enix Holdings Corporation. We do not consider selling off the company or any part of its business, nor have we received any offer from any third party to acquire the company or any part of its business. So in quotation, they essentially said, absolutely fucking not. Calm down. So all is
relax.
Well. Yeah, all is well. But we can have a little fun with this. ArachKnight, if Square were to be bought by someone, who would you want them to be bought by and why?
I mean, obviously, I would choose Sony.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, I'd love for, if they were going to be bought by anybody, to be Sony.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. The amount of franchises that they could work with is crazy. Like, as a PlayStation fan, yeah, Sony. But as a consumer, Microsoft's a lot better to their consumers than Sony is. Like, in terms of, like, hey, you don't want to buy an Xbox? That's fine. This is coming on PC too.
Right.
So, as a fan of Sony, obviously Sony. But thinking about it in a consumer light, Microsoft.
I think it would be like a huge grab, obviously, if they got Square. Like, I would put that in the same category as like Microsoft buying Bethesda. You know, I really would, and maybe in some cases, maybe even more valuable, given that, you know, Bethesda is strictly like an American developer, right, and publisher, and Square Enix has this two-prong of like, yes, there is Eastern Square Enix like Final Fantasy and etc., and there's a Western side of like what they just dropped with Outriders, Avengers, which isn't that hot, but you get what I'm painting here. Like they have a really nice balance, Eastern and Western side of the company, that I think would be very valuable for Sony if they do that. So, but I'm not at all expecting Sony to buy Square. Like, I don't think they have the money for that, you know?
Right.
But
buying the Final Fantasy license itself, like, I imagine would be crazy.
Dude, I think that probably their most valuable IP is Final Fantasy.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Yeah, by like a lot, I would assume. Yeah, like I don't know what else would top that off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, but like I think Sony has a good position out with Square where like, hey, they have an exclusive character in Avengers with Spider-Man. They have Final Fantasy 16 locked down as a console launch exclusive. They have Forspoken as well for 2 years exclusivity. That's a brand new IP from Square. They have Final Fantasy 7 Remake as well. So like it seems like they have a pretty good relationship right now where like they don't need to necessarily buy Square, but they have a lot of benefits out of Square, you know? So at least that's a positive. So
Right.
we shall see. We shall see. Next up here, did you watch this showcase, Resident Evil Village? I figured I'd throw this here at the end of the show just to catch people up to speed in case they missed it.
I watched bits and pieces of it. Like, I got most of what I wanted to learn from, like, Nibel and tweet highlights. It's like, yeah, this is what happened.
Yeah. Oh, man, there was a... Oh, damn. I wanted to pull up the chart that shows the frame rates and resolutions of
Resident Evil.
Village.
PS4 is on 900p at 45 frames. PS5's at 4K... like, I don't know, like 4K 60 or 4K like something, 4K 30 with ray tracing, 4K 60 without it.
Dude, you almost fucking nailed it right now. I'm proud of you. They have this weird thing in this game where if you enable ray tracing, it'll be 45 frames per second in 4K on PS5.
Not bad.
Which I'll kind of bounce off the two. I think I might play this game in 45 frames with the ray tracing. I think that might work. I think I might be okay with that.
I think I might be okay with that. Like 30 is sluggish. 60 is really nice. I'm gonna try 45. I'm gonna try 60. If there's a noticeable enough difference for me that I like, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can definitely see and feel the difference, I'll just switch to no ray tracing 60.
Yeah. I'll see. I mean, just based off of the demo that we got like a month ago, like the game has beautiful reflections. Also, I'm gonna sneeze. Take the wheel, Arachknight. Take the wheel.
Yeah, no, but I'm Jesus. I'm excited about Village. I won't be playing it on a console, so I won't be able to discuss that. I'm excited to see how well it runs on my computer.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure it will. My big thing is that I don't know if I'm playing it day one. Like, I think I've told you this on the show, maybe. But I'm really stupid. And, like, I want the vibe of a scary game to fit the vibe of, like, my natural weather that I reside in, right? So like, you know, Resident Evil is like it's like a fall type of October
You're
game.
gonna wait?
Yeah.
Bro.
I think I might, but I don't know if I'll be able to.
Yeah, good luck, gamer. It's April.
All I'm saying is that there's a reality that I see that is completely valid for how I do things because I'm stupid. That I could see myself holding this game until October.
I don't see that as a stupidity thing. It's just a preference.
It's at least I'll be the one to say it's a little bit stupid because I know it's a little bit stupid. But like I just want, you know, the like spooky vibes, you know, which is why I played RE7 in October and why I plan to also play Bloodborne in October, you know. So we'll see. We'll see, but also there comes a thing where it's like, man, I love the Resident Evil gameplay, at least from what I've played, in terms of like, hey, you are in this environment, it's a puzzle, figure it out. Like, that is so fun to me. So I may not be able to resist, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll be excited to hear how it runs on PC. I assume it's going to run great on PC. So, yep, there is that. Oh, also, we should detail the demos as well. They're doing this weird thing. I think it's today, right? Yeah, it is today. So by the time you guys hear this, it'll probably be done. But over the course of 8 hours, you'll be able to play 30 minutes of Resident Evil Village demo, which I didn't download just because I knew I was gonna miss it because I have work and everything. But there was a demo. I think there's gonna be a more concrete demo in May, I think.
I'd imagine that's closer to the game's release.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, here. So, eventually, these two pieces of content come together to form a single 60-minute demo. All of the content will be the same, but now you can play it but now you can play it all in one longer session. You will gain access on May 2nd, and the demo will then be available until the game's launch on May 7th. So there is going to be like a little bit of a demo right before the game comes out that I will play and I will stream and I will record and all that. So that's coming in May. So I'm gonna wait for that demo. Maybe we should both play the demo.
Maybe.
Should bring some impressions. Yeah.
I think it'll be fun.
That'd be cool. So there is that. But that brings us to the end of the news section. But of course, we're not done yet. We got the question of the week. That is, what is Returnal? Now that you have a PS5 ArachKnight, I figured that we do this type of system for like if there is a second party game or just like a smaller title that is coming to PlayStation 5, but wouldn't get the first party treatment of like a Road to full on show like Road to Rift Apart, that we do a little truncated Road to series in Save Slot Podcast, right? So over the next few weeks, you're going to be hearing us talk a lot about Returnal, this new game from Housemarque, and I just want to ask the question, what is Returnal? We're going to go over just the general things, nothing too in-depth, but just what is Returnal itself. And yeah, so I think this will be pretty cool. I'm playing it day one. I believe you are as well, ArachKnight.
I am.
Beautiful. Honestly, I've been talking for a lot in this show. If you want to read the game overview here in this link, I mean, feel free. That we could probably talk about what's in here and stuff like that. So.
All right. So, just the game overview?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's some key stuff at the end.
All right.
But
I can take care of that.
It's like the perfect overview of what the game is.
Right. So, according to PlayStation.com, it states that after crash landing on the shape-shifting world, Celine must search through the barren landscape of an ancient civilization for her escape. Isolated and alone, she finds herself fighting tooth and nail for survival. Again and again, she's defeated, forced to restart her journey every time she dies. Though relentless roguelike gameplay, you'll discover that just as the planet changes with every cycle, so do the items at your disposal. Every loop offers new combinations, forcing you to push your boundaries and approach combat with a different strategy each time. Brought to life by stunning visual effects, the dark beauty of the decaying world around you is packed with explosive surprises. From high-stakes bullet hell-fueled combat to visceral twists and turns throughout stark and contrasting environments, you'll explore, discover, and fight your way through an unforgiving journey where mystery stalks your every move. Designed for extreme replayability, the procedural world of Returnal invites you to dust yourself off in the face of defeat and take on new, evolving challenges with every rebirth.
So, thank you for reading. So I guess, reading that, obviously you know about Returnal and everything. What are your, I guess, expectations in terms of how you'll feel about the game, maybe? I could see someone that, maybe doesn't like roguelites. I could see them not buying this game just because of that solely, because it is a roguelike. And I think that's been a detail that I don't think has been talked about a ton in its marketing campaign. But what do you think? I mean, it has, but I just feel like from the general player base, it's not talked about a ton. But how are you feeling about this game early on, a few weeks away from its release?
I'm excited. I'm not the biggest fan of roguelikes, but I still enjoy them. I still think they're fun. If done well. And I'm excited what they do with Returnal, how it ends up, and how it plays, because it looks like it plays chaotically. Like it's high intent, like it has a high intensity, a high skill ceiling, and a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Which are things I appreciate.
You know what I said this week on the record, which I think I feel comfortable saying to you directly, and you'll see why, dude. I think that the more I look at this game, because they just put out a trailer. Oh, I forgot what it's called, but they put out this week. It's a fucking kick-ass trailer, bro. Like it looks great. This game, gameplay wise, is kind of looking like it's gonna feel like a third-person Doom Eternal. You know what I'm saying?
You're speaking my language.
Like, I mean, bro, that's just like what this game is reminding me of a lot. Like, it seems to be like a really fast-paced game where you're gonna have to be dodging different enemy projectiles, which of course is very much Housemarque style. If you've ever played, Alien Nation or what am I forgetting? Oh, Resogun, etc. Like that's definitely their bread and butter, and it feels like this game is gonna feel like that, and that chaotic, fast-paced action that is reminiscent, at least to me, of Doom Eternal. I really do feel that way. Like I really do. Yeah.
Well, that's like I'm excited to play. Like I said, I'll be playing it day one, and that description just made me want to play it more. Like
yeah, and like I love too that like we haven't seen a ton of different biomes, but like we have seen like a red Mars looking type of planet, and we of course have this first starting planet where like it's very dark and like dead looking and everything. There's also like a blue icy type of planet as well, I think. So like we'll see a bunch of different biomes, and like I hope there's one that's like a lush green, vibrant.
Sure. They can't make a game like this without it.
Yeah, like I'm really excited to see like what different biomes are in this game as you continue on the run. I wonder how long the average run will be in this game, right? I wonder how they'll break that up as well. But there's some more key features about this game as well that I will read over here. There's, of course, intense combat, fight to survive in this third-person roguelike shooter, take on ruthless enemies in explosive bullet hell-fueled combat. There's also exploration, where you'll have to manage equipment and resources carefully. Every time you die, you restart from the beginning. And that includes your resources, but there are some... but there is a level of progression in this game where there are aspects of progression that carry on even beyond death, as well as certain items also carry on, beyond death as well. So that's really cool right there. You can scavenge alien tech for upgrades to enhance your abilities in future cycles. There's also a haunting narrative as well, which they have talked a lot about in this game's marketing. Piece together fragments of Celine's memories as she seeks out answers. Forge a personal connection with the planet as you explore its constantly evolving and decaying terrain. I think the story is gonna be pretty cool as well, because like there's some interesting stuff where I'm not sure if you know about this mechanic, ArachKnight, but like sometimes in Returnal you'll find a clone of like your body dead in the world. And what that represents is someone else who's playing the game in real life. That marks a spot where another player died, right? And you can either scavenge their resources, which has consequences, or you can choose to replay what killed them. So like fight the enemy that killed them, and then you could get even better rewards for that, which I think sounds really cool. In my opinion,
like one safer, one like high risk, high reward.
Yeah, and like I kind of got a lot of flack low key on YouTube comments for comparing this game to Returnal, but like I was comparing this specific aspect of it with Returnal with Hades. I don't think I said Hades. Did I say Hades? But with Hades, where like in Hades, you're given so many tiny decisions and choices to make that can ultimately change your entire trajectory of if you'll be successful or not on this run, right? So it sounds like there's going to be a similar thing with Returnal with this system. And there's other cases as well with this. Like, it's not just that one thing. But I think that's just like a super cool way to do a roguelike, where you have to make these different choices to really freshen up your current run and hopefully tip the scales in your favor. You know, really, really, really cool stuff with this game so far.
I agree.
Yeah, and like there's some other things too where like you'll have an alternate fire as well, where you'll have to squeeze the trigger like halfway to just regular fire the gun, and then there's an extra like switch you have to engage by pressing more onto the trigger to do like an alternate fire of your gun. So like it can be like a SMG, but if you press all the way in, it launches like a grenade or like something like that, you know. So that's really cool right there. Like there's just a lot of really cool tech in this game that I'm excited to see how they how they actually bring it into the fold and how they utilize it overall.
Right.
Yeah, and have you seen some of the enemies in the game? Like they look fucking wild as hell too, you know.
I'm really excited. I'm excited to see, like, because there are different like gameplay styles. Like with these games, like how I played Hades is not how you played Hades.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely excited to see the differences between you and I, and like I guess their success rate.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah, I'm and I think the last thing we should probably hit on is like that price point, right? Like I know that is probably the biggest thing it has going against it, you know. Right. You know, roguelikes that are $70 are pretty rare to come by, right? So it's really like a question of like, are they going to be able to make that value proposition stand? Like, is Returnal going to be worth $70? And like, obviously, value is to the eye of the beholder, right?
Right.
Like, I think Valhalla is worth your money on PS5. Some people, maybe some people in this podcast don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
So
just
yeah.
It's, I don't know. Like if they make it a AAA experience, like it doesn't matter what the genre of your game is if you make it worthwhile. Like I don't know. Like you get it's like, oh, this is an open world game. Like it's supposed to be a $70 quality, but then it ends up like Valhalla. Like why would you pay $70 for that?
This motherfucker.
Yeah, you know, you thought you were gonna get away with that.
Oh man, and like another thing too that is pretty valid. I got to admit, it's there is a shred of, you know, truth in this where Housemarque isn't known for AAA budget and development games. You know, they're known for their arcade shooter type of old school mentality of games that they've made. So they've never really done anything like this specifically. So there was a question of like, do they have the chops to pull it off? Do they have the talent there to really make it happen? I'm personally going to stand by the fact that like, hey, Housemarque has rarely let me down. You know what I'm saying? Like they really haven't. So I'm down to invest my own money and see if they're able to do this. And I think that there's a really good chance that they're going to be able to do this. I really do think that they're going to be able to pull it off with Returnal. But, you know, there is that aspect where they aren't used to AAA budget and development overall. So there is that. But ultimately, just based off what we've seen, I think the game looks great. I think it has a lot of really vibrant colors too that look obviously appealing to me as well. There's this really weird like underbelly story of like Celine and her memories. Like why are her memories on this planet Atropos where we are in this game? Like what's so unique about her memories? Like why, you know?
Why
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Huh?
I was expanding on like what you're saying. Is like why her? Like what makes her significant?
Yeah, and also I think like at least from what we've seen, she seems to be a cool character too. Like it's a female, and she seems to be very, very intelligent and smart. And like there's times where like some of her quotes like sound like really fucking nerdy, where it's like, oh my god, like this like, you know, tachyon equilibrium, you know, is not like the one I found like last run or whatever. Like she sounds like a nerd, and like I think that's gonna be a pretty cool way to like go about this. Like strange,
Equilibrium.
you know.
You love to hear
Huh?
that. Tachyon Equilibrium.
So I think I heard Tachyon last night because like I think there's like an Avengers event going on.
Oh my god.
Something about like a Tachyon thing where you're gonna be able to play as like multiple characters at the same character. Like you can have 4 Iron Mans in the mission, you know, something like that.
Do you know what tachyons are?
Dude, no. I don't think I do. Do I?
How am I supposed to know whether you know or not?
I thought that you knew. I thought you were about to school my ass.
No, tachyons are like, they're hypothetical particles like that travel faster than light. So it's like that they're hypothetical because nothing is able to travel faster than light. Like within the laws of physics that we know.
Right.
So they're just a theoretical concept.
Damn.
So I don't know how. So it's just funny. It's like we have a theoretical equilibrium. It's like, you know what? You're right.
A theoretical equilibrium. I had to sound smart, or at least attempt to. You know what I'm saying?
I respect it.
Also, a tiny thing. On this page, one of the thumbnails in the videos is her holding this like portrait of herself as like a United States like NASA employee or like something like that in like a spacesuit, and I think just that alone like looks super cool. Like I like almost want to get that like framed and put up on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Because like it looks like a normal thing, but like no one would ever know that like that was like a part of like a game. You know, just looks cool.
It does look cool. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but also what's neat as well that like I know lore wise is that, I guess she's on some sort of mission in the beginning of the game, and she's told by her higher ups, "Hey, do not go to this planet," but she does anyway for whatever reason. So, I think it's based off like she like picks up some signal on this planet, and she's going down to like investigate it, and she goes against her orders that homegirl was given, and like still goes to this planet and does this chaos like looping cycle type thing. So there's a lot of cool things in this game. Like I genuinely think that like this concept is really, really cool. The gameplay looks really good. The story seems interesting. I think visually it looks great. There is a critique of like during gameplay, I think some of her animations look kind of weird,
old janky.
And yeah. Like it looks a little janky, to be honest. Some of her animations, like when she's doing like a side dash, to like evade enemies, like it looks kind of weird. But
right.
Ultimately, I mean, hey, if it feels good, it feels good. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm
like,
in the same boat.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it plays well, that's all I care about. If we got some jank in there, like tell me a game that doesn't have some jank.
Very true. Very true. Like even my beloved Assassin's Creed Valhalla has,
that's all jank.
It has a bit of jank here and there.
Dude, that's all jank. That's the game.
I don't know about all jank. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe some you know how when you make an eggs, right? You put a little bit of cumin. I almost said cumin, or a little bit of salt and pepper in there. Perhaps some salsa, a little bit of jank, never hurt nobody.
Is that jank or are those ingredients? Because in the Assassin's Creed example, it makes sense. Like jank is built into the game.
I really question every day of bringing you on save slot.
You also walked right into that one. You absolutely just walked right into that one.
You're too good at comebacks. It's a bit uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
Oh man. Honestly, I think we've covered the bases here on this one. Like, there's not a ton. Again, just a light overview. Of course, the game's gonna be fast loading. Haptic feedback's going to be in there. What does that? So it says sense in-game actions, big and small, while exploring fragments of Celine's memories, or when firing visceral alien weapons. 3D audio as well in there. Like overall, this is the next big PlayStation 5 game that is coming out, and best believe, hey, obviously I've been pretty positive about this game as we've talked more and more about it. And I'm in the camp of, look, obviously, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys, keep it real with you guys. If this game is bad, I'll say it's bad. If it's good, I'll make sure you know it's good. You know what I'm saying? But, with all that being said, I do hope and I think expect this game to be really, really good. But you got any closing thoughts on Returnal, ArachKnight?
I'm in the same boat. I really hope it's good. I'm excited. I need a new fast-paced game because I've done everything there is to do in Doom Eternal. Like, multiple times. I've 100% of the game, like, 3 separate times. I've finished every campaign and master level on Ultra Nightmare. There's nothing left for me to do. So,
except go to Atropos.
Hello?
I said, except to go to Atropos and see what's up there.
No, exactly. I need some I need a challenge. I want something, because I haven't played anything recently. It's like, that was hard. Like, that I enjoy. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. When I've been playing Persona 5, I put it in the baby difficulty because it's turn-based, and that's not something I care about very much.
Right.
So it's like, I'm just here for the story. So, like, I haven't played anything recently that was tough. Because I played Ancient Gods Part 2 last month when it came out. And I finished it on Ultra Nightmare. I was on my 3rd Ultra Nightmare run, and I was at the final boss, and I fell through the world. I would have beaten the boss in that run. I'm pretty confident about that. So I'm going to say my 3rd run. I managed to get it on my 4th run, so I'm just gonna call it my 3rd. So I finished Ultra Nightmare on like 3rd, 4th run. Wasn't too bad. Like, I need something. I want to learn a new game.
Oh, dude, last thing I'll say, the platinum in this game sounds wild. Hold on. Let me, because I don't want to get it wrong. Hold on. Let me see. Where's the... I'm going to have trouble finding this. God damn it. Hold on. Returnal Platinum. Because it sounds like something that, like, you would be up for attempting, for sure. For sure. If I can please find it. I found it on Twitter the other day. Let me see. Please be it. Oh my god. Dude, I hate when I can't... God damn it.
You gotta start bookmarking stuff.
I know, but... oh, wait. Please be it. It's not it. Fuck. Yeah, I gotta... It's something like... beat a run of the entire game, I think, without taking damage. It's like something insane like that.
Oh, that's
like
brutal.
It's something like fucking wild.
Like a flawless run?
Huh?
So that's a flawless run.
Flawless run. Yeah.
Yikes.
Like I'm pretty sure you can't take damage. I'm pretty sure you can't take damage, or it's like something like, you can't die.
Okay, can't die, I can do. No damage would be tough.
I think it's one of those two, but I also hope that there's some really... Oh, here it is. I got it. Oh, I got it. Here we go. The last trophy for the Returnal Platinum. Complete a single run beginning to end using 0 checkpoints and without dying. Okay, so you can't take damage, but 0 checkpoints and no dying.
Well, isn't that what just no dying is? It's just a flawless... Like, not flawless, but like... No checkpoint... Like, checkpoints are gonna help you anyway?
Yeah. So, like, I guess a flawless run. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I can do that.
I challenge you to get the platinum in Returnal.
Bet.
Bet?
Bet.
Do you want a time frame?
fuck it, we ball. 2 weeks after release.
I was gonna give you a little bit more time because I know that you're, a student. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you got things going on.
Oh, but like, by the time Returnal comes out, like, when does this game come out again?
April 30th.
April 30th. 2 weeks after release should be fine.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna write it down.
Like,
I'm
the
put it in the
platinum or
archives.
this trophy specifically?
Wait, what was it?
Like the platinum, 2 weeks for the platinum or this trophy specifically?
No, we'll say 2 weeks to attain the platinum.
Okay.
2 weeks.
I'm gonna have to go. What day is it? All right, I got 13 days to finish Persona.
Oh, how about this?
No,
you can choose.
When
you
the
can
2 weeks
choose when the
starts?
2 weeks starts. How about
Okay.
that?
I will give myself the 14-day, but I'm playing it release night, so whatever. We ball.
I think that you can do it in 2 weeks from launch.
Yeah.
I believe in you, gamer boy. 2 weeks to attain the Returnal Platinum. What am I gonna give you if you win?
Nothing. I don't need. This is just a fun challenge for me. You don't need to give me anything.
What? You know what? Fine. ArachKnight Returnal Challenge. Not bad. Not bad. We'll do ArachKnight Returnal Challenge. 2 weeks to attain the Returnal Platinum from release date. Like, I think that you can do this. Definitely, King. Definitely. But yeah. Well, I mean, like, going off, like, I think the last point I'll say, you were looking for a challenge, you want something tough. I think given that this is one of the trophies for the platinum, I'm hoping that this game is really tough. I'm hoping for, or at least like a difficulty level that those that really want a hard challenge can get it with Returnal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's see if I can beat the devs at their own game.
Oh shit.
Because I've seen Hugo Martin play Doom Eternal, and you made the game, and I love the game. But
does he suck at? Is he bad at Doom?
No, he's all right. He aight.
Oh man.
Like,
but no, go ahead.
all I was gonna say is, like, I know I talk about Doom a lot, but there are different tiers of, like, people that play games like first-person shooters, and you can tell the people that are, like, good at first-person shooters by how they play Doom. That's why I want to watch you. Like, I'm still waiting on those Doom streams. I'm here to critique.
Yeah, dude, I gotta do it. I have to get. Is the last piece of DLC out yet or no?
Yeah. Ancient Gods Part 2 came out already.
Okay. So it's all available. I can buy it all. Okay.
Yeah, you can buy the season pass and get both.
Okay.
And they release free master levels every so often. Like, that Super Gorness master level. It beat my ass for a while. It took me a few days to get the Ultra Nightmare on it. Somebody did it in the first, I think, 3 hours of release.
Damn. For real?
Yeah, they got the Ultra Nightmare on that master level in the first 3 hours of release.
Jeez.
Yeah, people are crazy good at Doom. I'm excited to see what people do with Returnal, because, like, when they're into it, like, when there are some people that are into a game, like, they go hard, and it's always fun to watch. You can always learn stuff from people, like, professional level people playing games like these.
Dude, I really hope there's like a Returnal, like, speed running.
Oh, I'm sure challenge. There will be. There are always speed runners for roguelikes.
I can't wait to see those, bro. It's gonna be sick as fuck. Oh,
I'm excited.
But yeah, that's been pretty much our overview of Returnal. Next week, we hope that there will be Metacritic and reviews out, so we can kind of just sift through those reviews and Metacritic and just read what people have to say about the game. And then, of course, expect first impressions the week after. And then, of course, ending off its whole thing with a review of Returnal once we have completed. I'm going to mark me completing a run as me beating the game. Not saying that, like, that is an end, but like that's how I do roguelikes, where it's like, hey, if I beat one run, that's me beating the game, essentially. Like if I've seen everything in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Unless it's a Hades situation.
Huh?
Like a Hades situation where you need to beat multiple runs in order to see the true end.
Hey man, to me, man, look, bro. I made that once.
How many times have you finished Hades?
Hey man, I made that once. You know what I'm saying? I saw my mama. You know, that was cool. But
you've only finished Hades once?
Yeah.
Okay, go off,
bro. Because when I made that call, I did not know that there was like a true ending. I thought that it would just be like an endless, like, okay, like every time you're gonna see your mom and like that's all that happens, you know?
Right.
But someday I'll go back and beat those other runs for sure. Someday.
I believe.
But I believe in you too, King. But with all that being said, ArachKnight, where can the people find you?
I'm on the PlayStation Source Discord and I'm the same name. I am on Twitter at MWithoutFear. You can hear more hot takes, see some screenshots, have a good time.
Truly. Of course, this has been Save Slot Podcast, episode 13, the weekly news show about any and all things PS5, PlayStation games, and PlayStation itself. You can catch us over here on youtube.com/PlayStation Source, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, etc. via our anchor link in the description. Like the video and/or rate the podcast to help us get seen by more viewers so we can grow the PSS family. Down below, you can let us know what you like or dislike about the show and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord in the description. If you're feeling generous, feel free to hit that join button to become a member of the channel with the $1 Prince tier like Tapiwa Musa and ArachKnight, and our $5 King tier members just like Caleb Kaiser, SideQuest Sean, Stadia Vet Gaming, and the homie Owen. Of course, you can catch the show. Sorry, just kidding. You can catch the stream series throughout the week as well if you missed it. Metal Gear Solid 4 is in full swing, and I think I'm going to attempt to beat Resistance 2 before Returnal comes out. But if not, we're gonna do the Returnal stream. I'm not sure if I'm gonna dedicate a full stream series to Returnal. I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna be doing. I know I'm gonna stream it when the game comes out, absolutely. But I'm not sure if I'm going to stream my entire playthrough of Returnal. We'll see. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. But other than that, check out all that stuff down below in the description. And yeah, thank you all for watching. And as always, greatness awaits.
A little off.
It's alright. It's alright.